Welcome, Catholicos, Catholics, Orthodox Christians, all who seek the truth, those who seek holiness, so those who seek the transcendent. Today, some, good news, this is the traditional Benedictine monks located in Tasmania, Australia. Just finished reinstalling, we're going to go through it in a second, a little church for them in a huge estate, a huge land, in the process of finally building their own monastery. So this is from the Notre Priory in Tasmania, Australia. And I've mentioned this order before. And I'm just showing you a beautiful little church. This is not the church they built. This is where they used to offer Mass. But anyways, so where is this church being built for them? It is being built in, let me just see here. Here we go. Not that. Here we go. Jerusalem Estate. This is a huge land they purchased. And we're going to go through the special edition of their newsletter, which talks about the church they just finished completing. And this is Jerusalem Estate. That's a huge land, and it's 1,000 hectares large. So they paid off. It's going to cost them 3,200,000 Australian. They already purchased it with the help of the local Catholic archdiocese and other helps, but they'd like to own it outright instead of paying interest and so forth. So they already almost raised 10% of the amount, so let's help them out. So I'll play a teeny bit of the video. And actually this estate here I have a little thing about it, and they basically say their long-term plans are that so ultimately it's to support ourselves. They want to support themselves from the property, which has an amazing potential. It's huge, it's beautiful. Whether that be through agricultural activities such as vineyards, orchards, our own sheep, or through some other kind of industry. So this is about the Jerusalem Estate. And it's a worthy organization, a worthy group of monks seeking holiness and bringing holiness to the church, faithful, orthodox, traditional, really true Christians. What more can you ask in this world? So I'll play you just a minute of this video of the Jerusalem Estate, and then we're going to go to the actual newsletter. So here we go. I'll just play that. I'll just shut up for 1 minute. Here we go.
On the banks of Jerusalem Creek, in the Coal River Valley, in the southern Midlands region of Tasmania, a community of Benedictine monks is established under the patronage of Our Lady of Cana and is known as Notre Priory. Since 2017, the monks have been living a life of prayer and work, singing the praise of God 8 times a day, according to the age-old traditions of the Benedictine order and the traditional Latin liturgy. Monasteries put down deep roots in the land they live on, and we have been blessed with a gorgeous property on which we hope to build a truly beautiful monastery where future generations of Australians will come to worship God and be led to holiness by the example and the preaching of the monks. In these early stages of the foundation, we need your help. The young men who enter the monastery must spend many years in study before they can begin to help the monastery provide for itself. And during that time especially, the community relies on the charity of those who are inspired to help it. This is a unique opportunity to be part of an exciting adventure for the glory of God and the praise of Mary Immaculate.
All right, so now that's a little bit of their video, and this is on the land, the Jerusalem Estate. So we'll see actually what the actual little church they purchased. This is a special edition of their newsletter, which you can find on their own website, so you don't have to support them to get the printed version so you can read it, but do support them because, as I said in previous videos, put your money where you want it to do good. Don't give to organizations, to parishes, to archdioceses, to dioceses that don't do good, don't do the will of God, don't help restore all things in Christ, do the will of the church, the will of Christ himself. So support all those who are faithful. So I personally support, of course, my Fraternity of St. Peter Parish in where I live. And I support a few of the traditional monasteries and religious orders. Some of them, like this one, on a monthly basis, automatic withdrawal. So this is a good thing to support because this is how we can build back better. Build back better, build back, restore the true faith, restore the true church, restore true worship, restore true holiness. So this is actually a really old church. They actually dismantled and moved to the Jerusalem estates where they're building, eventually they're going to build a monastery. And this order quickly, it was founded in 2017. And in 2018, they purchased this land and they're helping to pay it off and increasing their numbers of vocations. So you can see here on this right, a little picture of the church. You can see where the high altar is into this little hole, a further extending at the end of the church. They're facing east, of course. And this is the Holy of Holies. I encourage you to watch my video on the Latin Mass, the first video, because it's church architecture, which actually matches the temple, because there's the people, the courts of the Gentile, the courts of the women and the men. You've got then the choir, which would be the holies, and then you enter into the Holy of Holies, which is there. And and actually, if you watch some videos, you'll see their priest prays at the foot of the altar. Let's see if I have a bit better. Yeah, here we go. So he will be praying here. It says the prayers at the foot of the altar, and then he enters into the Holy of Holies, because in the prayers of the traditional Roman rite, he asks God to make him worthy to enter into to go up the mountain and enter into the Holy of Holies to offer the sacrifice. The only thing missing in this church, but it's so small, so I don't think they're going to be able to do it, to put a little rood screen between the choir and the people, which is the traditional manner. And actually in the ancient church, there would have been here a curtain as well in front of the high altar to be opened when the sacrifice is being offered and to be closed when there is no sacrifice being offered. So anyways, here's the Priory update. This church is being called the Immaculate Conception Church. And I'll put a link to the newsletter so you can read it yourself. So on December 7th in the afternoon, the official opening of the church took place. So they did a simple blessing for the church, because the Archbishop himself will be coming on March 25th to give a solemn pontifical blessing for this church. And they say it's almost surreal for us to chant the office, which is the various prayers at the 8 times a day prayers of the monks or priests, at last in a church and no longer in a simple room. So this is the prior of the community blessing the high altar here. And so I'm just showing you basically the beautiful pictures here. And you can see him here kneeling in front of the high altar, in front of the tabernacle, the presence where God, the tabernacle, where God is present in reality. And here he is with offering the Holy Liturgy in the Holy of Holies. It matches the temple. If you watch my first video on the Latin Mass, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And let's see here. It says, so this history of this little church it doesn't tell us exactly when it was built, so I don't know exactly when it was built, but they say it was it was first built in the northeastern part of Tasmania in a mining town called Pioneer. And they are pioneers in a sense, these monks too, and being relocated in 1947 to St. Leonard's near Launceston. however that's pronounced. And somewhere else it says actually this is their fourth place to offer mass, fourth church, to be able to find locations to pray and to celebrate the liturgy. The monks have continued to celebrating the divine office in the church throughout the day. So with this brand new church, well, brand new in a sense for them, because they renovated it. It's an old church. They put brand new floors, they painted it, they did a whole lot of work. Oh, this is no less than the fifth chapel since the foundation. So this statue was given to them by some nuns, so they left it outside the church of the Virgin Mary and Jesus Christ. And that's pictures, I believe, for the blessing, the simple blessing of the parish church. And if you go to their Facebook page, you'll see actually videos they have daily. They broadcast live their masses and vespers. And you will see some really nice videos of the dedication ceremony, which is quite short. And the prior, his name is Father Pius Marie Noonan. And so this is, you can see it here, you got the Holy of Holies, and this is the choir. So the monks face each other while they're praying the divine office or sitting during Mass. See, these are their benches. And after that, there's the people. And again, in a traditional church, this is the way it is. They got the Holy of Holies. Normally, even in the Roman Rite, there would have been, up to the 12th century or 13th century, a curtain here to be opened and closed between the choir and the Holy of Holies. And then there would have been a rood screen or another curtain between the people, which is the court of the men and the women, because the men sat on one side and the women sat on the other side, and the holies, which is where the choir is. And then, so, but this church is so tiny, I don't think there is room for it. But if you go to their video on Facebook, you will actually see the church and how it's small, but it's a lot bigger than what they used to have anyways. So it's the Notre Dame Priory, so it's a public association of the faithful, founded in 2017. The Archdiocese of Hobart. Your donations will help the community get established as an autonomous Benedictine monastery. So it gives you some ideas of where to donate and how to donate. So this shows you some of the construction. See this, how they dismantled the church and then they brought it over. And of course, then they had to do a lot of renovation inside, painting, new flooring, polishing, and so forth. So of course, some of the monks were helping with the painting and look at the nice new flooring. And that's the church of the traditional Benedictine monks of Notre Dame Priory in Tasmania, Australia. So that's a good idea. Instead of saying, well, what are we going to do? Everything is so bad. There's abuse, there's mismanagement, there's infidelity, there is this and there is that. Well, take your money, instead of giving it to those who are unworthy or giving it to, secular causes, give it to good religious orders or good priestly orders who adhere to the true faith, preach true doctrine, and celebrate true liturgy. So this is Notre Dame Priory in Tasmania. So go to their website. And give them some money. Help them out. All right. Hope you enjoyed this little video. That's it. That's all. And please like, subscribe, and share the video. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.